Hi guys, my name is Nina, and if there is anything I really like, it's a good deal. You could even say that it's a sort of hobby of mine to find the best option for the best price. Some people say that it might sound as if I'm a bit cheap, but no, I call it frugal. And since I've been living in Malaga for 4 years already, I have a good list of ways to save money that I want to share with you today. Whether you are a student, a grown-up on a budget, or looking to save up money, I hope that these tips will help you live a good life in Spain while not spending a whole lot. Make sure to watch till the end of the video, where I will share my favorite affordable thing about Malaga. Now, Spain is known for being affordable already, but of course the term affordable is very relative in the sense that it depends on where you're from and who you are. But for most people, their biggest expense is housing, and that's also where we're starting today. If you don't mind living in a shared space, so renting a room, you can simply hop onto the app or website Idealista and begin a search. If you want to live inside of Malaga, that is pretty straightforward in terms of finding a room. But if you want to live outside of Malaga, there typically aren't that many options on websites like Idealista, but in that case, I can recommend going on, for example, Facebook and searching in different Facebook groups or making a post yourself about looking for a room. On the other hand, if you want your own place, the best thing to do if you want an affordable place is to be very flexible when it comes to location. If you want to live in downtown Malaga, so the historic center or Soho or the Malagueta area, you will have to pay quite a lot. But if you're more flexible and don't mind living a bit further away from these popular hotspots, you can find much cheaper places. In general, the area around the central train station Maria Zambrano is quite affordable while still being very central, and obviously a great location when it comes to transportation. Pro tip when renting an apartment, try to find an owner who isn't using a real estate agent, as you, the renter, will typically have to pay 1 month agency fee, which is basically just 1 month's rent down the drain. But of course, be very aware of scammers. While you're at it, you will probably also want to save money on utilities, since almost no places in the south of Spain have central heating. And since you will want to stay warm in winter but cool in summer without spending all your money on your electricity bill, you will want to try to find a place that protects you from the changing temperatures year-round. That, in addition to getting used to wearing a warm sweater in winter, and you're already basically halfway there. Speaking of bills, when it comes to choosing a cell phone and internet provider, I would recommend staying clear of the major companies such as Movistar and Orange. Not only do they charge ridiculous prices, but their service is also horrible in my opinion, and be very aware of these deals that they have, as there's typically a lot of things written in small letters. For my phone, I currently have a prepaid plan with Simyo, which is very affordable. I pay around €6 per month for a couple of gigabytes of data, and in my experience, their service is great. For my home Wi-Fi, I use a local provider called OliveNet, as they were the ones that installed the fiber optic in my building, and I pay around €20 per month, and again, I've never had any problems with them, so I definitely recommend those if that's an option for you. And both of these companies have a much better service and much better prices than any of the major companies that I've tried. And of course, we also need to talk about food. Unfortunately, Spain doesn't have a grand tradition of having special offers in their supermarkets, nor is it particularly easy to find products that are about to expire and therefore marked down, or at least in my experience, that is very limited. So here it's important to find the best and cheapest supermarket for you. According to an article by Business Insider, the cheapest overall supermarket nationally represented in Spain is Mercadona. Now, I was a bit surprised to find this. I mean, that is actually the supermarket that I shop at the most. I thought it would be something like Dia, but okay, good to know. And Mercadona does definitely have most of the things that you need. Now, of course, we also have to talk about eating out, because as I also mentioned in other videos, Spain has a great living outside culture. And of course, it's very nice to have some space in your budget for grabbing a coffee, a nice meal, or a drink once in a while, especially especially without going bankrupt, and thank God that is possible in Spain. The first thing you can do is to avoid the most touristy and hipster areas, as the prices there are always marked up. But then there is something else you can do that I personally very much enjoy myself, and that is to go out for breakfast. Because I find that breakfast menus in general are much cheaper. Okay, fair enough. Many times the breakfast menus are smaller, but still, I love the Spanish breakfast sandwiches called pitufo, which actually makes no sense because pitufo means Smurf, like those little blue ones. And these sandwiches definitely aren't blue, so that's really funny. But these little sandwiches often don't cost that much. And even if they're too small for you, many times, even if you order 2 of them, it's still cheaper than ordering, for example, a lunch meal or a dinner portion. So my advice from here is go out for breakfast and grab a pitufo or 2. If you've made it this far into the video, first of all, thank you very much. And I was wondering if you could do me a favor. If you like this type of content about Spain, it would help me out a lot if you would click that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And now for my favorite thing about Malaga. And that is the fact that many low-cost airlines are represented here at the local airport. If you are an international person, you probably need to fly to Malaga somehow and fly out of Malaga once in a while. And for this, the airport is great, as there are many connections to most destinations around Europe, and many of them with these low-cost airlines. And in my opinion, the fact that we have this many good connections to and from Malaga, it makes Malaga an even better and more affordable place to live. Whether it is EasyJet, Ryanair, or Vueling, you will find many connections all over Europe. But if you do need to catch a cheaper flight going somewhere else from, let's say, Madrid, you can simply hop on a bus from Malaga to Madrid, and that costs only around or less than 20 euros one way. If you want to know more about the general cost of living here in Malaga, I made a video last year about how much money that I spend on average and what I spend it on. You can find this right up in the corner right now. And although I currently spend a bit more money because this video was mostly based on my spending during COVID, it can give you a pretty good idea of what it costs to live in Malaga. If you have any questions, you are very welcome to leave a comment. And also, if you have any ideas for future videos or other things you would like to know more about, don't hesitate to let me know. Having covered how to make your money go a long way, we cannot end the video without talking about the things in Malaga that are awesome and absolutely free. Going to the beach around sunset in early September, when the water is warm and the light is beautiful, and enjoying a swim after most people have gone home. Not only is it free, it also cannot be bought for money. Or well, you can buy a ticket to Malaga and start enjoying a peaceful and less stressful life here. Although free and affordable things are awesome, a few things can be worth spending your money on. This is, for example, getting someone to take care of all the paperwork for you when you're moving to Spain. And believe me, that can be quite a lot. But thank God, the team behind the company bureaucracy.es can deal with this for you, so that you don't have to worry or stress when relocating. By using their services, you also support my channel and help me being able to make more content. You are also very welcome to follow me at Instagram at NinaFreeGen to see what I'm up to during my everyday life. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.